Be honest with yourself. What do you want most right now? More money? More confidence? The freedom to live life on your own terms? Every human being on this planet is chasing something: security, success, love, peace of mind. But here's the truth that few people realize. The life you dream of is not as far away as you think. In fact, the key to unlocking it is already in your hands. This audiobook will show you exactly how to attract anything you want, whether it's wealth, confidence, opportunities, or the courage to finally go after your dreams. Welcome to Self-Improvement Audio. If you're serious about transforming your life, I want you to type "I claim it" in the comments right now. Declare it. Own it. Let the universe know you're ready. Because what you're about to hear isn't theory, it's a roadmap. And if you listen closely, and more importantly apply it, you'll see that nothing is out of your reach. Now, let's begin. Chapter 1. The Hidden Power of Desire. Every achievement in history began with one thing: desire. Before there was a light bulb, Thomas Edison had a burning desire to create it. Before there was an Apple iPhone, Steve Jobs had a desire to blend art and technology into something the world had never seen. Before there was a plane in the sky, the Wright brothers had a desire to fly when the rest of the world thought it was impossible. Here's the truth. Desire is the starting point of all creation. It is the spark that lights the fire. But not all desires are created equal. Most people wish for things. I wish I had more money. I wish I was confident. I wish I could travel the world. Wishes are weak. They fade when life gets tough. But desire is different. Real desire burns. It keeps you awake at night. It pulls you forward, even when everything in your life says stop. The difference between people who dream and people who achieve is that achievers turn weak wishes into burning desires. Here's a practical exercise. Take one thing you say you want. Now ask yourself, do you just wish for it, or do you desire it? A wish says, "It would be nice if this happened." A desire says, "I will not rest until this becomes reality." The stronger your desire, the stronger your focus, and the stronger your results. Desire is the seed. Every single thing you want in life begins here. Chapter 2. The Law of Clarity. If you want anything in life, whether it's wealth, confidence, love, freedom, or peace of mind, the very first step is clarity. You cannot attract what you cannot define. Think about it. Most people say they want to be successful. But when you ask them what success actually means to them, they stumble. Is it financial freedom? Is it peace of mind? Is it being able to travel whenever they want? Or is it simply waking up every morning without stress? The truth is, a vague dream creates vague results. But a specific dream creates momentum. When you define exactly what you want, your mind shifts from confusion to focus. Suddenly, opportunities, ideas, and even people begin to align with your vision. Great achievers understand this. Elon Musk didn't just say, "I want to change the world." He got specific. He wanted to build electric cars that would replace gasoline engines and rockets that could take humans to Mars. Oprah Winfrey didn't just want to be famous. She envisioned herself building a platform where voices could be heard, where stories could heal, and where people could be inspired every day. Your life is no different. Clarity turns on the light in a dark room. Without it, you'll keep bumping into walls, chasing goals that don't belong to you. With it, every step you take feels aligned, powerful, and purposeful. Here's a practical exercise. Tonight, before you sleep, write down exactly what you want in one area of your life. Be detailed. Don't just write, "I want more money." Instead, write, "I want to earn $5,000 a month doing work that excites me and gives me freedom of time." Don't just write, "I want confidence." Instead, write, "I want to be able to walk into any room, speak my mind clearly, and trust that my words carry weight." The universe does not respond to uncertainty. It responds to precision. The clearer you are, the faster you align with what you desire. Clarity is power. And when you have it, you stop chasing life and start directing it. Chapter 3. Self-belief. The unshakable foundation. If desire is the seed and clarity is the soil, then self-belief is the sunlight. Without it, nothing grows. Every single dream you have will demand one thing from you: the courage to believe in yourself when no one else does. Think of the greatest stories in history. J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter manuscript was rejected by 12 publishers before one finally said yes. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Walt Disney was told he lacked imagination. What made them unstoppable? Not luck, not connections, not money. It was belief, a refusal to accept someone else's definition of their limits. The world will test you. People will doubt you. Even your own mind will whisper, "Who do you think you are?" But here's the secret. The most successful people aren't the ones with no doubts. They're the ones who act in spite of doubt. Self-belief doesn't mean you know everything. It doesn't mean you never fail. It means you trust yourself enough to keep going. Here's a practical exercise. Take a sheet of paper. On one side, write down every reason you think you can't achieve your goal. On the other side, write down every reason you can. You'll notice something powerful. The can list may be shorter, but it carries more weight. Read it every morning until your belief grows stronger than your doubt. Because here's the truth. Your outer world will always rise or fall to match the level of belief you have inside. If you don't believe you can have it, you'll never reach for it. But once you decide, "I deserve this, I can do this, I will do this," the game changes. Belief is not optional. It's the foundation. And when you stand firmly on it, nothing can push you off course. Chapter 4. The discipline advantage. Desire gives you fuel. Clarity shows you the path. Belief pushes you forward. But none of it matters without discipline. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's waking up early when your bed feels warm. It's choosing to read when your phone is calling. It's saying no to distractions and yes to progress. Here's the truth. Motivation is unreliable. Motivation is an emotional high, it comes and goes. Discipline is different. Discipline is a system. It's a promise you make to yourself and keep, whether you're inspired or not. Every great achiever understands this. Serena Williams didn't become one of the greatest athletes because she was motivated every morning. She became great because she practiced relentlessly, rain or shine, win or lose. Steve Jobs didn't create Apple because of one moment of inspiration. He showed up daily, refining, testing, and pushing through setbacks. Discipline transforms effort into results. It turns ordinary people into extraordinary successes. Practice this. Pick one small habit that aligns with your goal. Do it daily for the next 21 days, no matter what. If your goal is financial freedom, maybe it's saving $5 a day. If your goal is health, maybe it's 20 push-ups before bed. If your goal is confidence, maybe it's speaking up once a day in conversation. The habit doesn't need to be massive, it just needs to be consistent. Over time, these small acts of discipline stack up into unstoppable momentum. Remember, success is not built in grand moments. It's built in quiet consistency, one disciplined choice at a time. Chapter 5. The network effect. No one succeeds alone. Every great achievement in history was built on connection, collaboration, and the right relationships. Think about it. Warren Buffett had Charlie Munger. Steve Jobs had Steve Wozniak. Even Michael Jordan had a coach, a team, and mentors who shaped his greatness. Your environment is either pulling you forward or holding you back. The people you surround yourself with shape your standards, your habits, and even your self-belief. If you spend your time around negative, uninspired, or small-minded people, you'll unconsciously shrink your own vision. But when you surround yourself with ambitious, driven, and positive people, your energy rises to meet theirs. This is the network effect. The idea that your success multiplies when you align with the right people. Practice this. Take inventory of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Ask yourself, do they inspire me? Do they challenge me to grow? Do they encourage my dreams? Or do they dismiss them? If the answer is no, it's time to adjust your circle. Even if you don't have direct access to mentors, you can build a virtual network by listening to podcasts, audiobooks, or videos from people you admire. Their energy, wisdom, and mindset will begin to rub off on you. The right network doesn't just support your success, it accelerates it. If you're finding value in these lessons so far, here's what I want you to do right now. Subscribe to Self-Improvement Audio so you don't miss the rest of this journey. Like this audio, divided by video, to keep us inspired to create more for you. And in the comments, type, I attract the right people into my life, to affirm this truth and lock it into your mind. Now, let's continue with the final chapters, where we go even deeper into the habits and mindset shifts that will make your vision unstoppable. If you cast, Chapter 6, The Law of Action. Dreams without action are nothing more than fantasies. You can visualize, affirm, and write your goals down every single day. But unless you take steps toward them, they remain illusions. The universe rewards movement. Even small, imperfect steps have the power to open doors that standing still never will. Think about it. Jeff Bezos didn't wait until he had the perfect plan to start Amazon. He began by selling books online, a small action that grew into one of the largest companies in the world. J.K. Rowling didn't wait for the perfect circumstances to write Harry Potter. She wrote in cafes, often with little money, because action mattered more than waiting for the right time. Here's the truth. Clarity plus action creates momentum. A practical exercise for you. Choose one goal you've been delaying. Break it into the smallest possible step you can take today. Want to start a business? Make a list of ideas. Want to get fit? Do 10 push-ups right now. Want to grow your confidence? Introduce yourself to one new person this week. Action builds confidence, not the other way around. The more you act, the more belief you generate in yourself. Stop waiting for the perfect plan. Start with what you have, where you are, and trust that the next step will reveal itself once you move forward. Remember, motion creates emotion. When you act, you feel alive. When you hesitate, you shrink. Choose movement. And then in the sphere, Chapter 7, Mastering Self-Discipline. If clarity is the vision, and action is the spark, then discipline is the fuel that keeps the fire alive. Without discipline, even the brightest dream fades into frustration. The truth is simple. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going. Motivation is emotional. It rises and falls like the tide. Discipline, on the other hand, is a decision. It is choosing to do what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. Every successful person you admire is not more talented than you. They are simply more disciplined. Serena Williams didn't train only when she felt motivated. She trained relentlessly, day after day, even when tired. Steve Jobs didn't build Apple by working when inspiration struck. He applied consistent discipline to create products that changed the world. Here's the secret. Discipline creates freedom. It may feel restrictive at first, but in reality, it liberates you. When you discipline your body, you gain health. When you discipline your finances, you gain wealth. When you discipline your mind, you gain peace. A practical exercise for you. Choose one area of your life where you feel stuck. Now, instead of waiting for motivation, commit to a daily habit for the next 30 days. If it's fitness, commit to 20 minutes a day. If it's writing, commit to 500 words a day. Small, consistent acts of discipline compound into massive transformation. Self-discipline is not punishment, it is self-love in action. It is saying, I care enough about my future to do what's necessary today. Remember, success is not built on occasional bursts of effort. It's built on the steady drumbeat of discipline. End. Chapter 8. The Power of Gratitude. If there is one habit that instantly shifts your mindset, it's gratitude. Gratitude is not just saying thank you. It's a lens through which you see the world. When you practice it, you stop focusing on what's missing and start appreciating what's already present. Most people think happiness comes after achievement. I'll be happy when I get the job, the house, the relationship, or the money. But the truth is, happiness comes first. Gratitude trains your brain to feel fulfilled now, and that fulfillment attracts more of what you desire. Science backs this up. Studies show that people who practice daily gratitude sleep better, experience less stress, and even strengthen their immune system. But beyond science, gratitude rewires your mind for abundance instead of scarcity. Think about it. When you wake up and instantly complain about bills, work, or stress, you're telling your brain to look for more problems. But when you wake up and say, "Thank you for this new day. Thank you for my breath. Thank you for the opportunities ahead," your brain shifts into a state of openness and possibility. Here's a practical exercise. Every morning, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be big. It could be the roof over your head, a warm cup of tea, or the fact that you have another chance to grow today. The key is consistency. Over time, you'll train your mind to focus on blessings instead of burdens. Gratitude is powerful because it flips your energy. Instead of chasing life with desperation, you attract with appreciation. The more you give thanks, the more life gives you reasons to be thankful. If you dream. Chapter 9. The Law of Giving and Receiving. One of the greatest secrets of life is this: what you give out always comes back to you. Energy, love, kindness, value, even money, they all flow in cycles. If you hold back, life holds back from you. But when you give freely, you open the channels for abundance to return. Many people live in fear of giving. They believe that if they share too much, they'll lose what little they have. But here's the truth. Withholding creates scarcity, while giving creates circulation. Think of water. If it stops flowing, it becomes stagnant. But when it moves, it stays fresh and alive. This doesn't mean you give recklessly. It means you give with intention and faith. When you help someone, encourage someone, or even support someone's dream, you plant seeds that eventually return in ways you could never predict. Look at some of the world's most successful people. Their lives are built around giving value first. Businesses thrive because they solve problems for others. Leaders inspire because they give hope. Artists create because they give beauty. The act of giving expands their influence, and their rewards follow naturally. Here's a simple practice. Each day, ask yourself, what can I give today? It doesn't have to be money. It could be your time, your smile, your encouragement, or your knowledge. Even a small act like sending someone a message of appreciation can shift not just their energy, but yours too. The law of giving and receiving also teaches you to stay open to receiving. Sometimes we're quick to give, but uncomfortable accepting help, compliments, or gifts. But receiving is also part of the cycle. When you receive with gratitude, you allow others to experience the joy of giving. The more you give, the more you receive. The cycle never fails. Remember, life is not about holding tight. It's about keeping the flow alive. In Chapter 10. Consistency creates miracles. If there's one principle that separates dreamers from achievers, it's consistency. Not intensity, not luck, not talent, but the quiet, steady habit of showing up again and again, even when no one is watching. Think of a drop of water falling on a rock. One drop does nothing, but over time, those drops carve through stone. That is the power of consistency. Many people fail not because they lack ability, but because they stop too soon. They start strong, filled with passion, then fade when results don't come instantly. But success is rarely instant. It is built brick by brick, day after day. Athletes don't master their craft in a week. Writers don't create masterpieces in one sitting. Entrepreneurs don't build empires overnight. Greatness is not in what you do once, but in what you repeat daily. Here's the truth. Small, repeated actions compound into massive results. Reading 10 minutes a day turns into knowledge that can change your life. Saving just a little money consistently turns into financial security. Speaking up daily builds unshakable confidence. So ask yourself, what small thing can I do today and every day that will move me closer to my dream? Commit to it, protect it, and don't quit, even when progress feels invisible. Because consistency is like planting seeds. You don't see growth immediately, but beneath the surface, roots are forming. And one day, the breakthrough comes not because of one massive effort, but because of all the little efforts that stacked up over time. Remember, anyone can start, but very few finish. Be the one who stays. Be the one who shows up. Because consistency doesn't just create results, it creates miracles. And then, outro, your next step. If you're still here, it means something inside you is ready for change. Don't let this be just another audio you listen to and forget. Let it be a turning point. You now hold 10 powerful principles that can transform your life. But transformation only happens when you act on them. Here's what I want you to do right now. Comment the word "rise" below to declare that you are ready to rise above excuses and step into your power. Subscribe to Self-Improvement Audio so you never miss these life-changing lessons. And turn on the notification bell, because each new audio is another tool for your success. If you enjoyed this, go and check out our other audiobook already on this channel, 10 Habits That Will Rewrite Your Mindset, a powerful guide to mastering yourself and unlocking your full potential. You'll find it linked right here. Your journey doesn't end today. It begins today. Every choice you make after this moment is a brick in the life you're building. Stay consistent, stay focused, and remember, you already have everything you need to create the life you want. Now, go out there and make it real.